number 1, Brickwall University.
Rowan Bros, number 10, D-Man Academy.
Linden Track, 11, Bar Down Academy.
Braden Pearson, number 12, Wheelan Academy.
Zach Brenneman, number 17, Boyce Middle School.
Lucas Jones, 18, Checking Academy.
Jimmy Halliday, 19, Little Pens Academy.
Cam Pelly, number 27, from K-12 Online School.
Ryland Calabrese, 30, Shutdown Academy.
Owen Golinak, number 53, Bar Down Academy.
David Chappell, number 57, and I'm from Clap Bomb Academy.
Joey Costa, 59, Eden Hall Academy.
Danny Foster, 88, Mercer Elementary School.
Jack Carlson, 90, Back Check Your Butt Off Academy.
Tyler Bullis, number 92, Hit Academy. D'Angelo Flume, 97, Top Shelf Academy.
Good evening, Swirly Nation, and welcome back to Toronto, Ontario. The suburb of Etobicoke. For today's quarterfinal game of the Marlboro International Friendship Tournament between the Toronto Marlboros and your Pittsburgh Penguins Elite. Good evening, everyone. It's the nightcap. It's a night game. Turn the lights on the football stadium. Friday night, actually Sunday night lights here on Thanksgiving weekend in Canada. Joined in the booth by Todd Bolus on color commentary. The Penguins off to a hot start here early. Woo! We got the starting lineups brought to you by the Training Table. In at number 30, Ryland Calabrese. On defense, number 11, Linden Track, and 27, Cameron Pelly. Up front for the Pens, 53, Owen Golnak, 90, Jack Carlson, and 17, Zach Brenneman. As the Penguins controlled early play, that unit getting a number of high-end quality scoring chances. The Marlboros with a pushback, and we'll expect to see that all game long. These are two of the top teams in North America, to be honest with you, Todd. You there, Todd?
I am here.
All right.
All right, I am live.
He is.
I was just looking at the time here that what we need to do is get a change. I think this is still the starting lineup who's been out there for close to 2 minutes.
This is second unit. They got to change. Starting lineup, I think, was Brenneman and Golnak.
Defensive pair I was looking at.
D-pair. D-pair was still, that's a long shift for the boys in the back end. As we've got the speed blazing up of Tyler Bolus down the left wing side, right side as it comes into your living room at home. Or car, or SUV, perhaps a cell phone. Here's Lucas Jones. He's having a weekend, and it's a good one. Multiple scoring opportunities, and he's been able to pot quite a few, including a breakaway to lead off the scoring in the Penguins' last game, a pseudo-playoff game as the winner advanced, and that was your Pens Elite. Bolus snags the puck at the blue line. The Pens will group up at center. Feeding it across to D partner Rowan Bros. Here's Carlson with the puck. He'll wind up in his own end, toss it to the outside. He's got Flume. Flume will dart into the offensive zone, centering it for Carlson. His centering pass intended for Halliday comes off of a skate of a Marlboro. Toronto and Pittsburgh here as Halliday battles at the net side. Carlson following on with it, drops it into the corner for Flume. Back in front, just past Carlson, comes free to Chappell. His blast is kicked out by Stewart, the Marlboro goaltender, and the Marlboros will ice this one to take the heat out of a hot kitchen.
Nice strong shot there by David Chappie, putting it on net, looking for a rebound. It's been all Penguins so far, but still early in the game. But you got to like what you're seeing so far, Jeremy.
You do, and I mean the Penguins have had hot starts, just maybe not on the scoreboard. Some zeros up on the board in first period, so let's see if we can get one by Stewart here early. I think that would be a big lift.
Last few games, the Penguins went down 1-0. Be nice to get the first goal here.
Face off in the offensive zone. It'll be Flume behind the cage. Picked off by Carlson. He'll reverse back towards Flume. And the Marlboros will get it out to center ice. In our end is Chappell. He'll find Foster. Foster snaps it to Halliday. He's a nice one-toucher there to Carlson, who leaves it for Flume in the high slot, just over-skating it, and back come the Marlboros. Defended by Track, fresh on the ice. Firing a backhander that skips wide of the cage.
Nice job by Track to get back, use his skating skills, because that was a rough change there.
And the Penguins goaltender Calabrese, the golden masked netminder, able to catch that one in the paraphernalia and hold on.
All right, the Penguins here came in ranked or seeded 5th in the tournament, playing the 4th seeded Toronto Marlboros
in their home tournament. So some I'm sure quite a few Marlboro faithful parents, grandparents, cousins, uncles, brothers, cousins, sisters, roommates.
The scouting report we have is number 84 for the Marlies here, is the leading scorer in the tournament so far.
And I believe I saw a Mog, half man, half dog in the stands. It's broken up by the Penguins and brought back through center. Little Spaceballs reference. My man Darth Helmet. The Marlboros will cut off the Penguins' advance and head back through the neutral zone.
Very underrated movie, Jeremy.
Phenomenal movie. A shot to the glove side of Calabrese is stopped, held, will get a whistle.
Nice
stop
save.
and play.
Nice save by Ryan. As a former goalie, I can tell you it's always nice to get a few long ones in first, feel that puck, get a nice shot to the glove, hold it, get some confidence.
Face-off, won by Carlson. Tapped behind for Bros. An indirect pass off the boards to Costa. He's unable to exit the zone, so the Pens will try the other side this time. A good reversal there by the Penguins. They're able to get it up to Jones, who tried for Costa. Goes between the legs, and the Marlboros come back the other way. Toronto into the Penguin zone. This game may look somewhat like a AHL-NHL style matchup, as the Toronto Marlboros wear a uniform very similar to the Maple Leafs. The white uniform with a maple leaf on the chest. The maple leaf, however, has a crown in the middle. Classic of the Marlboro logo. Marlboro's an AHL team here in Toronto. They wear the blue pants with white stripes and the white socks with those excessive blue striping all the way up and down.
Classic Maple Leaf socks.
They're fantastic. As the Penguins battle behind their net. They're in the gin and juices. The gin and juices have been good luck for the Pens so far.
Laid back.
They're the Pittsburgh jerseys, the black ones with Pittsburgh from right shoulder to left hip. Black pants with gold stripes and black socks with gold and white stripes. As Flume tries to find Pearsall, he'll look for Halliday. It'll come free to Chappell again. His shot into a massive humanity, forced in on Stewart, kicked out by the Marlboros, and they'll weave back through center. 91, looking like Steven Stamkos. Rifles one off the side of the cage. As the Penguins work it up to the blue line, but not out. Kept in by the Marlboro defense. And I believe they often go by the Marlies as well.
They do.
So may get a couple calls, the same team, for those of you out there and wondering if I'm calling two different games. Pearsall has the puck at center, playing it back to Foster, and the Pens will regroup. He'll find Chappell. Chappell has space, sees it, takes it. Gets
Nice
red
dump.
line and dumps it in. A beautiful dump. One of those post Chipotles. As the Marlboros work it up the left-hand side, back to the middle, 1-on-2 developing. A wrist shot to the glove hand of Calabrese. Plays it, but right to a Marlboro, where before it's snatched away by Carlson as he was trying to get the Penguins loose, and he's been successful. Here's Carlson up the wing, back in front, looking for Golnack. Just eludes his twig, and the Marlies turn it back out to center.
Nice cat-like reflexes by Ryan Calabrese there.
He loves to play the puck. The Pens need to be ready for it. It's probably the third or fourth time this weekend he's caught one and played it. This is the first time it was allowed to continue. As the Marlboros pick off a behind-the-back pass by Carlson, sending it cross ice to the right wing side where Pelly will take over, turning with it in his own end, going indirect off the wall back to himself, and cleared out the center, but no further. The Marlboros put it back to the Pens line where Pelly picks it up. Dumped on the play is Golnack. Pelly will drive in himself, carrying the puck, feeding it cross backside to Carlson, slaping it in front for Brenneman, but Stewart there to get a hold of it underneath the pad.
Nice play there. Nice play by Jack, looking for Zach Brenneman, who was on the doorstep waiting for a tip pass. Little history on the Toronto Marlboros. They started in 1903, and they were named after the Duke of Marlborough, and that's how they got the...
Oh, so it's not the cigarette company?
No, you would think, but that's how they got the crown logo in the Maple Leafs, but a little more on that later.
As the Marlboros try to play it from behind their own end. Jones with the pressure. The Marlies able to work it up the left-hand side. They'll be defended by Bros and forced to the corner. Marlies attack the Penguins from behind the cage. Multiple Penguins in support as they'll get control, but not out up to the point to be shot back in by the Marlboros. Rimmed around, picked up by the Penguins. That's Costa. He can't get out of the zone. Marley's in. Shot eludes the cage, high glove side.
They're definitely going high on a lot of shots.
Getting the puck from Pearsall to Pearsall, who looks up ice. They're trying to spring Jones again. He did that in the last game. This time it's Costa following on and taking the puck right away from a Marley.
Trying to stretch the Marlies defense there.
Talk about intriguing here. 84. There's an 84.
Here's a call coming up on Pearsall, I think.
On Pearsall?
I think he's giving him 2 minutes for the hook.
A little hook action. There's an 84, and there's also a 4, which is actually an 84 with the 4 taped over on the Marlies team.
Oh, I see that.
So, creative jersey styling there.
Number 84 taking the draw here. He's the one we were told is leading the team in goals by far here.
As the Penguins will look to kill off the first power play of the game, a penalty to Pearsall. 2-minute hooking, which is also illegal in hockey.
All right, so to finish up on my history lesson here, the Marlboros played for the Stanley Cup in 1904.
A year after their founding.
Yeah, they lost to the Ottawa Silver Sevens.
Did they win? Oh, they lost.
They
Said
lost.
they lost to Ottawa, the nation's capital. I don't know if it was probably the nation's capital back then. I don't know much Canadian history. But tune into Cine TV. You never know what you'll find out. As the Marlboros control the puck on the power play in the Penguin zone. Swiped up by Foster. It'll be picked up behind the cage, dragging it along I believe that is Carlson. He works it to the point, no further. It'll be dumped in by the Marlboro defense as they try to work from behind the net on the power play.
1:15 left in the power play.
These 2-minute penalties will be different for the American teams here. And so is the ability to ice the puck. As a shot comes in, it's deflected. Calabrese over to make a save, and a big one.
What a save by Ryland.
Sweet buttery crumpets, that was a beauty. And the Penguins dump it out, and they didn't. Halliday, I thought maybe Halliday had a step, he did not. And the Marlies will control the puck. Penguins get a full change. They drive in, though, firing one over the head of Calabrese.
Another shot over the net.
Iced by the Penguins, not an infraction here, as it is short-handed, and Golnack into pressure. He plays it across. Flume will get there. He'll play it back for Golnack. The Marlies get control, and they'll try the left side. 30 seconds left on this power play as Flume gets to it. Swipes at it, but the bouncing puck eludes his stick, and the Marlies are into the Pens end. A shot comes in on Calabrese. Rebound cleared nicely by the Penguins. Flume. Maybe not Flume, that was Bolus. I don't know, it was somebody. It was a large kid in black.
That was Flume.
It was? No, I think it was Chappell. Flume's up top. Saw the 7. Maybe it's Pelly.
Chappell's not out there.
So it's Pelly. It's tough to see at the other end, folks. We are bringing you the video game view here. We're going the other way on PlayStation, which nobody likes to do. As Pearsall weaves in, fires one blocker side. That just misses high. Penalty over.
Nice
Penguins
shot.
are back to full strength, and right away a scoring chance off the stick of Pearsall.
We got lucky there. They may have been able to call too many men. We had someone at the door waiting to get off the ice, stayed on the ice, and made a play on the puck.
And their coach absolutely giving it to the official about it. That's the second one. He wanted another call earlier as well. Riding the referees. We'll see if that benefits the Marlboros at all, as this will be an icing. No icing. One ref says icing. The other ref says no icing. As back come the Marlboros. Dangling to the outside, pulling one up. Costa there to pressure. He'll play it back to the point. Shot from the point blocked by Carlson. It'll be the end of the first period. And again, another 0-0 match here through one.
Hey, this is a good game. That's what we came up here for. By the way, I have to give a quick shout out to Jody, Cameron, and Brody watching at home along with my mom here.
Very nice. They're watching on the big screen in the living room, I assume.
I hope.
Popcorn popped.
That's right.
Big soda there.
Fireplace on.
Fireplace on. A Snuggie, perhaps. Do they have a Snuggie with your face on it to make it feel like you're still there?
Only Jody.
Okay, perfect. Perfect.
All right.
We got Aunt Stephanie and, of course, Grammy Stats on the chat. You can tweet the booth here at Cine TV by joining the chat. Make sure you subscribe below. Once you're a subscriber, you can chat within 5 minutes.
Another shout out to the Commodore, who I'm filling in for tonight, George Pearsall.
The Commodore at home with Tyler getting some first game action for the Penzo Nines after an injury delay. He was in some games early in the season, was injured, broken arm.
I think the 09s picked up a couple wins this weekend, right?
I believe they did.
By the way, the 12s here winning in overtime right before our game.
What an exciting match on Rink 2 here in Etobicoke. The 2012s, a 4-3 OTW. I'm not sure who got the GWG in that one.
It may have been Julius.
Maybe a Julius.
So I think they move on to the semifinals tomorrow.
So,
by the way, the Toronto Marlboros, we have been informed, came in second in the rankings for Ontario teams last year and got knocked out by the Vaughan Kings in the semifinals of the provincial playoffs.
So this is a very talented squad as we have a bit of a delay here to start the second period of action. Face-off will move to the Penguin line. Carlson on the face-off. Won by the Marlboros, dumped into the corner where David Chappell picks things up behind the net. The Penguins are looking a bit like a Kiss cover band with the eye black. We got Ace Frehley to Paul Stanley. Down low for Jones, and it'll be an offside play.
You know what? I also want to give a little special shout out to Hunter Mueller, who not only is running the 2010 black team, but also running the 66ers in Trevor's absence.
Not the 2010 black team, 2012.
Or 2012.
Yep.
Or 2013. 2013.
Good heavens, the 13s are already playing full ice hockey.
Right. Too many birth years we're talking about here. The 9s, the 12s, the 11s.
What's great is
13s.
It's all one big family down there at the UPMC Lemieux Center, and we're also happy to report nobody injured in a fire at the Lemieux Center yesterday. They cleared the building, everybody safe and sound. Smoke filling the Covestro rink there, and they were able to get everyone out safely. As the Penguins control here, we get another whistle, and we're going to get a slash on the Pens.
Who's that, Jimmy Halliday?
I'm cooking.
And Jimmy's getting the call here.
So
I missed it. I didn't see it, Jeremy. What happened?
That's right. Neither did the ref. There's just a play in the corner. He hacked the stick out of his hands. It's actually one you got to call. So it was down in the corner. We can get it on the replay here. He came down with the stick on top of a stick, knocking the stick out of the player's hand. And that's an easy one for the referees to call. And back to the power play go the Marlboros as Duke fires one off the hip of a Penguin defender. There's Bolus, tripped up on the play, no call. He's able to clear it out the center for Carlson, who dipsies and doodles all the way to the corner. He got a little bit of a spark in him there.
That's all right. Keep it deep, try to kill off the power play.
As we wind about a 30-second time frame off, Bolus battles for it right at the line, chips it up to Carlson, and actually the Pens carry it back in shorthanded here. Wristing one towards the net is Carlson. He's down behind the cage. This could be dangerous. Back checking Golnack. As the Marlboros gain the zone, 5-on-3 here. Shot blocked by the SS Bros to the corner.
Jack a little shaken up there, made the change. Pearsall's coming on.
Able to work it to Golnack, who flips it up through and out to center ice.
Good clear by OG.
And he was on the absolute hustle horse back through the neutral zone.
That's a staple of OG's game, right? Legs never stop moving.
Pearsall will get on the forecheck on the Bros dump. Penguins change the remaining 3 penalty killers.
45 seconds left.
In come the Marlboros, trying to set a few things up. A wrist shot eludes the blocker side of Calabrese.
Penguins have the box set up.
Nice stick by Foster to chip it up the wall. The Marlboros will work it back to the corner. Working in the corners, Foster, outnumbered by Marlboro, still wins. Able to wedge it up the wall. Brenneman can't quite get control. Shot will come into the chest of Calabrese for a cover.
Nice
and
hit.
Hold.
What a great addition Danny Foster has been to this team. Solid player back there.
Wins battles, makes smart plays. Here's Brenneman on the draw. Won by the Marlies up to the point. They'll go down to the corner. They like to work out of the corner here on this power play. Good positioning by Foster. They'll work it low to high at the blue line, swiping it away, and Pearsall could be gone. Pearsall in on a breakaway. Looking, firing!
Oh, what a beauty!
And Braden Pearsall, you better tell Grandma to find a better hiding spot, because Braden Pearsall has found the cookies on the top shelf on a breakaway,
beauty.
And he makes it 1-0 Penguin.
Did a great job there. Used his speed, kept his feet moving to get some separation. Comes in top shelf.
And the Penguins take the lead in the second. The second's been their period, Tom.
I know that's still not good enough for George back home, but what a beauty.
An absolute rocket.
You know, I think getting the first goal here could be important, but obviously next goal is what matters, right?
Well, and this next shift, that shift after a goal, so important for both teams, as the Marlboros fire one in on Calabrese, who's able to gobble up the rebound himself and get a whistle.
Great job by Ryland there of not giving up the rebound, jumping on that. So if we have face-off in our zone here, Jones, Cost, and Carlson up front with Track and Pelly on D.
Worked back to the point by the Marlboros, blocked by Jones to the corner. Carlson will get there, uses the body to protect the puck, allows Pelly to come in, take it away, and they'll find Jones. Long striding through center. He'll challenge the right side, carrying to the backhand. As it chipped off, but he maintains possession, centers one. Carlson tied up in front, can't get free. It'll be Flume with it at the blue line to chip it in. He'll keep it not once, but twice. And this time drives in, fires short side, and
That's
it's
in! What a sneaky shot by D'Angelo Flume there. Cutting to his right, shooting it back low to the goalie side, and it falls in for 2-0 Pens lead.
Crispity, crunchity, peanut buttery fudge nuggets. D'Angelo Flume has put the Penguins up by 2.
Look out, Loretta.
2 quick succession. Shift after a goal. I think it was technically the second shift, but just that immediate right back at you, burying another one.
That happened this morning against the Toronto Titans here.
I did that 7 times.
Right. Penguins went down 1-0, then they popped a goal, then they popped a few quick ones after where the Titans even called a timeout in the middle of the second after a couple quick ones by the Penguins. Hopefully the Pens can keep it up here.
The Marlboro's trying to get one back. A wrist shot fought off like a bear by Calabrese. Battled for behind. Centering pass off the backhand. Picked up by Pearsall. He'll try to skate it out. It's knocked off of his stick and Bolas puts it against the wall. A feed in front off of a stick and wide. The battle ensues behind the net. There's Bros and Pearsall. It'll be Pearsall. Tapping it up off the boards for Halliday. He twists with it at center and finds Flume. Flume into the offensive zone. He'll fire another sneaky one trying to get one by. It'll be held in the glove hand side and a whistle.
All right, we have 2-0 Penguins here. 10:16 left in the second period. Now the winner here plays the winner of the Toronto Junior Canadiens Don Mills Flyers game, which is going on at one of the other 4 sheets of ice here, with the Canadiens being the #1 seed here.
And they're the defending GTHL champions of the regular season as Calabrese tested the rebound shot just wide. Chappell knocked down behind. I think the edict from the Marlboro's bench is let's get physical out there on these guys. We've seen the physicality pick up here since the second goal.
And I think the Penguins can respond with that same physicality.
I don't think they'll shy away at all. And the Penguins with a bit of an advantage so far, not an advantage, disadvantage. They've had the 2 penalties called on them. So if there's an even up call, you would think it would go the way of the Penguins, but we shall see. It is Toronto, so I've seen them absolutely not even anything up in Canada when it's the red, white, and blue versus the Maple Leafs.
Shifty move by Pelly there, went with the give and go. Toronto did a nice job of getting in the way.
Penguins Carlson weaving with it to the corner. Hopping over the stick of Golnak. And then Costa, now come the Marlboros. Left wing side, right side of your TV screens. Broken up by Costa. Picked back up by the Marlboros and shot wide of Calabrese. Here's Pelly reversing around to Costa. Costa gets control, taps it to Pearsall. Pearsall, head up, looking, is able to hit a streaking Owen Golnak, weaving in, firing
nice
a backhander high to the shoulder of the goalie.
By the way, speaking of Costa, Joey Costa, special shout out to Cindy, Joey, Joe, their whole family for the loss of Cindy's stepfather.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So from all of our Pens family here in Toronto, our hearts, thoughts, and prayers out to you guys.
And it is a family, that's for sure. We've seen that over and over again to start this season and over the last few years, and really up and down the organization. Cheering on the 12s earlier. And
absolutely,
9s,
that was nice.
10s,
a lot of us 11 dads are over watching 12s game, rooting for them just like it's our team.
As it's the Marlboros trying to get out of their own end. Relentless pressure from the Penguins. It'll be Bros at the point. He goes over to his partner, Bolas. Walks down in, firing a shot that's blocked out front. Jones to the rebound. Banked off the wall and carried up through center. Here come the Marlboros. They'll follow on with the puck.
Nice back check. What a back check by Jonesy there.
Able to just swipe it away.
Are we getting a call here? No.
No, it'll go the other way again. As they dump it in, Carlson will get there, and these officials have raised the hand to indicate a cross check against the Pens.
Wow, that's the 3rd straight call on the Penguins. Like you said, Jeremy, I kept thinking that the next call, if there's some close, will go our way. But that's not how the cookie crumbles here.
Looks like it'll be 18 Jones heading off.
All right, 2-minute penalty. We have 7:32 left in the second period. 2-0 Penguins.
Penguins have spent about a third of this game on the penalty kill. And they'll be back on it again. The Marlies set it up high. That shot just misses. With traffic in front, Carlson gets to it and wedges it all the way down.
Nice clear there. Again, I wonder if the Marlies are intentionally trying to go high on every shot. or if that's just coincidence here.
Or perhaps 11-year-old hockey where they want to go top cheddar.
Absolutely.
Bar down ski, huh?
Makes a better highlight reel when it goes bar down, right?
There's Carlson reversing for Flume as the Penguins possessing the Marlboro end here, short-handed. Flume has it swiped away, and back come the Marlboros. Flume gets a change as the Marlboros dive into the Penguins end, and they'll set up behind. Look them to go low to high here. Actually, they'll feed it right out in front, swiping at it, unable to get it through. Cleared, but not out. Shot from the point, kicked out by Calabrese, gathered in by Carlson. He'll send it all the way down.
Great job by Calabrese. We had a good look at that. That actually got tipped right in front of Ryland.
Having a dandy of a weekend here, 30 in net for the Penguins.
53 seconds left on the kill.
Penguins with the puck in the Marlies zone. That was Halliday leaving it for Pearsall, now Halliday. The Marlboros will take it away, but no further than the fleet-footed Track, who throws it off the boards all the way back to the Marlboro end.
Nice dump by Linden.
Pearsall, first one to it. Stopping, starting, and tick-tock goes the penalty. The Marlboros trying to get out of their zone with the power play here. Pelly turns it back to the corner.
Nice job by Jimmy and Pearsall here on the kill. Jimmy's going for a change, and Zach Brenneman's hustling out.
Driving the Marlies wide on their attack. A centering pass. Shot just off the side of the cage. Picked up by the Marlboros. It's Millis behind the net. Pelly, penalty over as Calabrese snags a slapper from the point.
No rebounds there. Nice glove hand by Ryland.
Looking quick and active at the top of the crease.
You know, the Marlies are getting some shots here, but the Penguins are doing a good job at clearing the way, giving Ryland a good look at the puck. All right, the penalty kill is up. 5:26 to go in the second period.
Penguins have killed 3 straight penalties. More penalties than I've seen called in most of the games this weekend.
Nice breakout.
As a bouncing puck is advanced by Golnack. Gathered in by Carlson and sent behind the Marlies cage where he pressures. Brenneman flying across the ice to pressure the opposite side as Bros will get control and fire it up to the line. Battle along the boards. Picked up by the Pens. They'll get it in the zone. It's Carlson with some speed.
Nice
he goes
move.
through the wickets to the corner. Picking it up, going back to Bolus at the point. Now back to Carlson in the corner. He'll rim it around behind to the OG. He's knocked down. He'll toss it back behind. There's Brenneman.
Rowan did a nice job of activating there, looking for the pass and getting back to his D spot.
And he's crunching down the boards to find Carlson. Penguins getting a partial change here. 2 fresh bodies on as the Marlies come out. One of those fresh bodies, Dave Chappell, on the defense. And a great job there to engage with the stick and then get the body in front by Chappie.
Great job of Chappie using that big body.
And now he springs Pearsall up the middle. Can he get wide? He carries it, battling through sticks and bodies, getting into the Marlies zone. Sent to the middle where he'll track down his own pass. Coming off the side and shooting one in. It'll be stopped and held.
Trevor, you ready? Coach Trevor Edwards is a few tables away from us. We tried to get him to join us for color commentary here and some analysis, but he's not willing to do it, folks.
He has declined. As the Marlboros get it all the way deep into the Penguin end. It'll be Chappell back to play the puck up for Costa. Now Chappell as the Penguins out support. Able to find Jones. A nice little 5-foot pass. Springs Jones all the way up the ice. It's those little passes I love to see.
Absolutely. Jones, he's leading the league in something. I forget.
We'll have to call Dr. Flume.
As
a rebound comes off, Calabrese right out in front and gets swiped by. That one catches him up high on the chest. He's unable to catch it. It drops to the feet, and there's a Marlboro to tap it in.
That was a nice job getting the puck to the net. You know, those pucks are hard to keep in your chest at that level that they were, and it just popped out in front. And Marley with a nice job of being on the doorstep and punching it in to make it 2-1 Penguins.
So the the Penguins' advantage has been cut in half. Penguins need to find a way to beat, I believe it was Stewart at the other end.
Right, right. And it's like the saying goes, next goal matters most, right? It's either going to be a tie game or a 2-goal lead. Let's see if the Penguins can respond. 3:19 left in the period.
After 3 really good penalty kills, the Marlies are able to strike on 5-on-5 and make it a 1-goal game. Swiped back in by the Marlboros. It'll be picked up behind the net by Pelly. He'll go off the wall to Flume. Bouncing puck gathered back in by Pelly. Up to the Marlboro line where they get control and dump it back in. A dump and chase action here by the Marlboros. As the puck pops up, it's in the back of the pants of Pelly.
The Toronto Marlboros, this is a team that Connor McDavid played on growing up.
He's a pretty good hockey player.
Yeah, I heard he's fast.
They have talented teams at every
Rick Nash,
age.
the list goes on and on of NHL players that played for this organization. I think Jack Carlson got kicked out of the faceoff on this one. D'Angelo Flume coming in.
Interesting. As the shot's in on Calabrese, gobbles up and is able to hold on with no rebound.
Nice job there, able to keep that puck in, get another face-off. It's a total different ball game now. After 2-0, feeling a little good. Now it's 2-1, different ball game.
Little pucker time. See how the boys respond. It'll be track all the way around to Halliday. Tap pass to Pelly. He's got Flume if he finds him, and he does. Finds a seam and gets D'Angelo up the ice. Right wing side cut off by the Marlboros defender. Penguins there in support. The Marlies able to clear it out all the way down. It's icing if it's far enough, and it is. The whistle sounds.
Now I'm nervous because they called the last one off literally as it was crossing the goal line.
I don't think they actually called it off. I just think they went, oh, I forgot
Right.
to call it. At least nobody's wearing gloves in this one.
All right, 2:13 to go in the second period. Why, was there a ref earlier wearing gloves?
Both refs last game wearing gloves.
You can't have it.
I was full on chirping them.
What a Sally move.
You can throw the hand warmers in the pants. You can
that's
do a lot of
Sally.
things. You can't wear gloves.
Right.
You might as well just carry a stick. Put on some hockey gloves.
Right.
As the Penguins work it behind the net, it's Pearsall to Bolus.
Maybe those gloves matched his panties, Jeremy.
Black and lacy.
That's hot.
As Pearsall pressures the puck in the corner. Do we need to give a shout out to your wife at home?
Yeah, no? Hey, Jody. Thinking about you.
As Bolus has it at the point. He'll fire a puck in on net that's stopped and held. 1:39 on the clock. Second period action here from Toronto, Etobicoke, Ontario.
Now, again, do you think the Penguins will see a power play here, Jeremy?
No, I'm beginning to think they won't at all.
That's all right. We don't want any gimmies here.
Make sure you reach out to us. You can tweet us here at the booth. Hit us up on the live chat. If you can hear my voice, make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure you click the subscribe button. You just need a Google account. It's not something special. You all have them on your emails. Just log in, click subscribe. As we inch towards 1,000, 1,000 means mobile content for all the Cine TV fans as the Marlies drive the Penguin zone. Carrying it wide, the big stick of Bros. Sends the puck to the corner and a Marley to the ice.
SS Bros, nice breakout after a nice defensive play.
Able to get it to Bolus, who's up to Pearsall, who finds Golnack, who leaves it back for Pearsall for a backside feed off the stick of Brenneman to be played around behind.
That's about
changing.
4 or 5 consecutive passes made right on the tape moving up the ice. Great puck movement by the Penguins.
As the Marlies will dump it in behind. Here's Chappie to the puck. Off the skate. Gathered in by Carlson right in front of Calabrese. Danger in the house. As it'll be cleared to the corner by Chappell. Up for Carlson, twisting, tapping it over to Brenneman.
David does such a nice job of looking for the center on those breakout plays instead of just trying to hit the winger on the wall.
There's a centering feed looking for Carlson. He's hauled down on the play and then chopped at on the ice.
No call.
As back come the Marlboros. Into the middle. Weaving to the outside. Sending a centering pass that eludes a bunch of sticks to the point, but kept in. Shot in off the foot of Porto.
You know what? The Marlies are getting a lot of shots from their D here. Getting a lot of traffic in front, looking for tips or rebounds. That's something that the Penguins will have to be aware of for the next period here. So after 2-1 Penguins.
2-1 Pens. As we have 67 live streaming right now.
Got to get
you
2 more.
subscribe. 67 right now. And now we get a penalty.
Linden Track getting a penalty?
During intermission,
Now, is this is the Toronto Marlboro's friendship tournament?
The Penguins, Linden Track has been sent to the box. We don't know what the call is.
That's all right.
So the Penguins will have their work cut out to start the third on a penalty kill.
So, Jeremy, favorite meal up here in Toronto so far this weekend?
I got to go with the keg.
I agree.
I'm a big keg guy, drinking and eating.
That was one of the best steaks I've had.
And we both enjoyed the baseball sirloin.
This is my baseball sirloin. My first one.
2.5 inch thick. It was very good. I had the mushrooms on top with the side of vegetables. We each had the wedge salad.
Right. Although the wedge salad last night, chopped a little better.
Yeah, the chopped wedge salad was definitely a better wedge salad, in my opinion. So yeah, and a nice Italian meal for lunch today.
I think the boys' favorite meal may have been Hooters.
Possibly, especially the table decor.
Right. Right.
And Tyler Bull is celebrating a birthday.
Right. Tyler telling the waitress it was his birthday, even though it's a month after his birthday, to get like a private lap dance.
As the Marlboros set up a power play here for phantoming by the Penguins. A literal intermission penalty called on Linden Track as the Marlboros work it.
You see they park a big kid in front. You see his job is to be in front, block the goalie, create traffic, and cause trouble.
And that puck ends up in the mesh netting behind the cage. 16 seconds off the penalty clock here.
We still don't have an explanation for the call.
Maybe somebody on the parent chat will be able to fill us in.
Nice clear by Rowan.
And the Pens will pressure on the forecheck here.
1:30 to go in the penalty kill. We got to change Jones on for Pearsall on the PK. Jimmy going for a change. Jack's out.
Marlboro set things up right wing side. Rimmed
Nice.
around and picked up. Here comes Carlson with speed, challenging the defender to the outside. He goes for the poke. Carlson ends up still with the puck.
Jones did a nice job of staying high there, knowing they're on the power penalty kill. Clear down by Chappell, 52 seconds ago in the penalty kill.
Picked up by the Marlboros behind. Here's Carlson swiping it away, pulling it around the goaltender and skipping it wide of the net.
And a side note to Nick Paris, it's probably coming.
81 viewers right now. 81 viewers. Catching this live action between two of the best teams in North America as Carlson cuts in front, gets knocked to the ice. The Marlboros will pick it up.
If we get 100 viewers, Jeremy is going to do this topless.
Again, still.
He's bottomless now, folks, so let's get him.
And we just dropped to 77 with that one comment.
I was kidding.
Come back.
Swirly Nation, I was joking.
We also have a shot in from the outside into Calabrese here. He covers it up. We have a bunch of the 2010s, including one Cameron Evans, a slight relation to play-by-play Jeremy Evans. Cameron at home watching live. Congratulations to Cameron and the 2028 True Lacrosse team on bringing home a tournament victory yesterday. I believe the 2030 True Lacrosse team also coming away with a tournament victory. Special thanks to...
What, do they go by graduation year?
Yes. Special thanks to that. All the families who helped Cameron get up there. the off-the-rides, the Prederatis, the Gearys bringing him back. The tournament was in Erie, I'm in Toronto. Just the family that you talk about in sports, youth sports world, as the Penguins have killed off the penalty. Track comes out. They almost are able to get control and spring him.
But we got Trevor Edwards creeping closer to the color here. If we can get him on, folks, we're gonna do the best we can.
As the Marlies set up in the Penguins' end, dumping it to the left wing corner. It'll be Pelly getting there.
We have a guest color commentator here, Trevor Edwards.
Trevor, you've had a number of these kids for 4 years. Now you get to be a spectator. How's that feel?
Oh, it's exciting to watch them compete out here against a great opponent here in Toronto, my hometown. And the boys have been working hard here. Fun to see. They deserve probably a little bit more than a 2-1 game here, but if they stick with it, they'll be just fine.
Now, did you play with McDavid here?
He's a little younger than me, Jeremy.
Oh, okay.
You know by my gray hair. That's oh, nice.
As Halliday wraps it around to the corner, picked up by the Marlboros and cleared out the center to Bolus. Again, joined by Coach Trevor Edwards, who's been a key part in molding all of these young men on this Penguins team. What have you seen so far that you've liked?
I mean, you guys talk a lot about the relentlessness of the group. That's something that they've got inside them, not just obviously I was lucky enough to work with them for a number of years, and it was a lot of fun, and I still work with a lot of them. The Excel Hockey Academy, and obviously Jeff, Coach Jeff is another staff member with myself, and we talk a lot about the team. So again, these kids are just highly motivated. They love to play. They love to compete. They love to play for each other, and that's the fun part about watching them. So it's a culture that they create, and it's really easy to be a coach of a team that likes to play that way.
The Marlies dump it in behind the Penguins. Now, do you know why they're also called the Marlies? Because I don't.
It's a great question. They're actually the actual name is the Marlboros. I have a feeling that goes back a little history. They've been around a long time, since I was a kid.
It was the Duke of Marlboro.
Is that what it is?
According to Mr. Bolus.
Yeah, that sounds right. Oh, great chance here, Jimmy. Oh, what a play.
Feeding it across. Flume got a one-timer. Carlson tries to center again. The unselfishness there to feed that across.
Oh, man, and it's just nonstop.
A game of inches as Pelly gets control and launches one just over the cage to the side of the net to be tapped at by Halliday. Put back in front, kicked aside by Carlson. He'll gather the puck on the half wall. Back to the point for Pelly. Firing one high to the chest area as Bredeman crashes the net.
Oh, that's just awesome ozone play by the boys there. Several puck retrievals, just relentless pressure. They keep that up, they'll be successful here. They'll crack Stewart here for another one if they keep this going.
Looks like we have a shout out to the Mars Boys Lacrosse program as well from Coach John and Jay. We got tons of people tuning in to watch this one. Fans from all over. We're big up here in the Great North. Probably have some friends in Saskatoon who tune in for most of our games. As it's battled for behind as the Penguins keep the pressure on. Here's Pearsall.
Nice.
Worked to the outside by the Marlboros and back out the center for Pelly. Onside play at the line. Is it much of an adjustment, Trevor, for these boys, for the Canadian or more traditional rules of the touch-up offsides and the icing on PKs, 2-minute power plays, that kind of stuff?
Oh, here, Cam Pelly, rush, just got excited there. I honestly, it's not as big of an adjustment as it is for the Canadian teams coming south of the border. The tag-up offside is pretty easy to adjust to. We try not to get them to adjust their game, though. Oh, Jack Carlson.
Here's
Jonesy.
Hammer by Jonesy, blocked out front, centering feed, cleared by the Marlboros.
This is the hardest piece about sustaining this type of pressure is when you get these rushes like this, where it goes back the other way. Nice save there. You really have to be on your toes. I mean, when the amount of pressure this team puts on the puck and the forecheck, you get deep into your shift. You've got to be really disciplined with the puck, and you've got to get your line changes, and that's something we preached with this group for a long time. I love the way they change in the offensive zone. It's one of those underrated pieces of the game that a lot of people don't talk about, that this group does extremely well. So, I think that and going back to your question about the rule changes, the icing piece on the PK is probably one of the dumber rules I've seen USA Hockey put in over the last 10 years. It's sometimes you outthink yourself. I think that's one of them, and I think that they'll probably make that adjustment here as they look for rule changes in another year or two. So hopefully they do that.
As the Pens are offside at the line, Jones a step in.
Hey, Jeremy, the one thing I'd love to say, Coach Hannan stepped up with this group here, done a great job. He's having a lot of fun with the kids. He talks about them a lot, in all our meetings. But these kids are still Pee Wee minors, so I, as much praise as we like to give them, we're also their biggest critics and hard on them to continue to work and improve. And everybody wants to catch these guys. It's hard to have a target on your back in every game. You get everybody's Stanley Cup effort when you play. So you have, for these guys, it's a big challenge every day to just keep getting better. But Jeff's doing a great job with them, and the rest of the staff. Obviously, we got Jimmy and Joe and Todd put a lot of work in with these guys as well over the years, and just a lot of fun. And credit to everybody that works with these guys. So, a lot of fun. It's so fun to be a spectator here. I'm hoping they pull this one out. Mr. Bolus kind of disappeared, so I don't know how I'm going to get rid of this headset. But fun coming on. I love listening to it. Thank you for doing this for the kids. That's what it's about, and I'm glad that all the parents at home are able to watch and listen to this. So thanks. I'm probably ruining their commentating right now, so I'm going to be quiet.
No, thanks so much for joining us. You could drop it. I'm sure he'll be back. We appreciate you taking the time to join us and hear from a guy who had a lot to do with molding a lot of these boys in the black and gold.
And Noah, I forgot about, I know it was a long time ago, but you did have a hand in this. I know you don't like to take any credit in it, but the very first 66ers group, not just the 10s you worked with, but these 11s were out there as well, little babies, some of them still in diapers, but you did have a hand in holding this group as well. So it's glad that, look out, should play.
Stewart with the save. Brenneman's decked in front. You got to call that, no? Okay. I guess not.
I'm a fan of letting them play. I'm hoping these two old stripes here maybe just swallow the whistle, to be honest. I don't care if there's 4-0 penalties, just a little backhanded jab there. But I know Coach Hannan's frustrated with it, but honestly, if they swallowed the whistle, this would probably be just fine for the Pens at this point.
Yeah, I agree. Here we are, Penguin zone. It's Brenneman. Aside for Goldeck, up off the iron. He finds post. And back come the Marlboros into the offensive zone. Picked up by the Pens defense. It's Pelly weaving through. Swiped away at the blue line, chipped off the wall. Brenneman there to take control. To the outside for Carlson. It'll be picked up by Pelly. He'll go off the wall to Carlson. He'll swipe it into the offensive end. As Golnack pressures, takes the puck away. Penguins changing behind. Pearsall in, pressure from Costa. Tapped past him and brought on by the Marlboros. Weaving past, and Bros able to stand him up and swipe the puck to the outside. Corner battle. Working with it. Up to the point by the Marlboros. They'll reverse to the corner. Bolus in a battle behind the net. He'll swipe it forward, but the Marlboros take control at the blue line. Winding, firing, bouncing puck eludes the net to the stick side. Centering pass this time as the Marlboros crank up the pressure. 6 minutes to play here in the third period. Up to the point, bouncing puck, kicked away. Pearsall to it. He'll drag it around one. Looking up ice for Jones, who had snuck behind the defense, but it's intercepted. As we get a collision shot coming in, and the Pens are going to head back to a penalty kill. The fifth penalty on the Penguins. A body checking call on Pearsall. 5:39 to play. Puck one behind the Penguins net, picked up by Halliday. He swipes it all the way down. This one will be stopped by Stewart. Set up for 84, which is actually 4. Probably forgot his uniform. They are, after all, 11. As the Marlies wind into the offensive zone. A shot in down low. I believe that's kicked out by Calabrese. Battled along the boards by Chappie. Battle in behind. Chappie knocked down. Carlson comes away with it. He'll loft it all the way down the ice. A bouncing puck as Stewart comes out to play it. Tapping it up. As Flume pressures, it's to the Penguins line by the Marlboro's. Whistle blows on what is, I believe, an injured player behind the Penguins net, Chappie. I believe the player down. Marlies will use this time as a timeout. Penguins will gather. The referee's telling Calabrese he can't come to the bench. Is Chappie holding his face as he comes off? Calabrese was looking to get a drink, and the referees weren't letting him to the bench. So they'll slide a water bottle down. Face-off will be inside of the Penguins line now. The injury happening in the Penguin zone. Face-off by Flume. Rimmed around behind, just past the stick of track, but he'll gather it up. He hits Brenneman with some speed, cut off by the Marlies defense. Back comes Toronto. Power play down to a minute. Flume defends all the way across the blue line, dislodging the puck and forcing the Marlboros back. They try to set things up at center. Flume with a nice angle. Can he pop it free? He will. D'Angelo Flume in short-handed, swiping it towards Stewart. He takes it off the chest. Picked up by the Marlboros and up the left wing side. A short-handed scoring chance there for the Penguins. D'Angelo Flume with a great individual effort to dislodge the puck and work it up the ice. The Marlboros will set up behind the Penguins net. Tapped in front, swiped at. It comes free and it'll end up behind the cage. 21 seconds left on the 5th penalty in a row on the Penguins. Has tied the game at 1. Here in the 3rd. Two tie. Exactly 4 minutes to play now. Penguins with a short-handed chance at one end and a bouncing puck able to be smacked past the Penguin goalie at the other. 3rd period action, tie game. Weaving in is Halliday. He's looking to get that heavy shot off. It'll be swiped away by the Marlboros. Penguins on the back pressure. Carlson able to free it up to Bros. Bros D to Bolus. Bolus up the side. Looking for Halliday. Now Carlson. Carlson weaves in, head up, protects the puck, finds Halliday. He gets it back to the corner to Carlson. He leaves it for Halliday. Played back to the point for Bolus. He tries to chip it down low, and it'll come to Carlson, now Halliday. Back in front for Carlson. Swiped away and brought back on by the Marlboros. Penguins on a back check. There's Owen Golnack up the outside of 3-on-2 develops. Shot in on Calabrese is covered and held. Face-off will be to the left of Calabrese. It'll be Pearsall out to take the draw. He's got Flume Well, not. He's got Jones and Costa as it's in front of the Pens net, scrambled for. Puck cleared out. There's Costa to Jones. Jones coming up ice. He's got Pearsall with him in a 2-on-2. Carries it wide. Power move to the inside. He'll shoot one. It goes up off of Pearsall on the rebound. Cleared back to the point and over the stick of Chappell. Chappell and Foster the defense pairs. Jones gets control. He tries to kind of tap it between the legs into the zone. It'll come to Costa. Costa will dump it to a corner. He'll be the first one in on the forecheck. Jones in support. Rimmed around by the Marlboros. It'll be Pelly picking it up at his own blue line. 2:30 to play, third period action. Jones with it. Chips it behind the Marlies net. Penguins change behind the play. Fresh legs on for the boys in black. Carlson and Brenneman out there. Weaving through, there's Track to defend well. Now Pelly the whole way to the outside. A patch, a falling down Marley. Here comes Carlson, looking in front. Tic-tac and just can't tap it home as Flume and Carlson toss it back and forth. A bouncing puck eluding the stick. Shot from the point! And it went off something in front and ends up in the cage. We're going to bring you the replay on this one, folks. I think it'll be Cameron Pelly with the goal. And you just get the Selly. Sorry about that. Hit the wrong hotkey there. So you saw some Selly. Nonetheless, whether you saw it a second time or not, we saw it the first time as the Penguins have taken a 3-2 lead. Now the referees gather around the Penguins bench. We don't know what's going on. The referee's explaining something to Jeff Hannan. Can't imagine the goal not counting. We believe it has something to do with goalies. I don't know. They were talking to Calabrese. And we're getting a penalty. This is an absolute joke. The Penguins are getting a penalty after scoring a goal because they're in the lead. I believe it's because Calabrese came up to bump gloves with the scoring team. When the Penguins scored, the Penguins goalie often will come up and bump gloves at the end of the bench. And the referees have called an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. We believe on that. I mean, they could have just given the Zebras a Marlies jersey at this point. We believe the previous penalty during the intermission was an unsportsmanlike penalty as well. And the referees were yelling at the Penguin goaltender when the injury occurred behind his net that he had to stay in the cage. He had come to try to get a drink. So the bizarro world that is the officiating here puts the Marlies on their sixth consecutive, maybe seventh straight power play. As Pearsall pressures behind, 2 players down. Could be dangerous. Chapel will step up and keep it deep, right to the stick of Pearsall. He drives the net shorthanded. The Penguins controlling the puck a bit here in the Marlies' end to start the penalty kill. It'll come free to Golnack, who shoots it deep all the way into the Marlies' end. Penguins change penalty killers. It's Halliday and Carlson on the ice as the Marlies ice the puck. It'll be an icing with 1:13, now 1:12 on the clock. An offensive zone draw shorthanded for the Penguins. The Penguins managed to avoid taking a penalty by skating to the dot. It'll be Halliday winning the draw. Carlson with the pressure. The Marlies will escape the left wing side. Here's Halliday bouncing puck. It'll come free. All the way to the corner where we'll get control. Carlson changing, Halliday dumped. He's slow to get up. Penguins short-handed here, so it's a 5-on-3, and they're pulling the goalie. It'll be a 6-on-3 attack here. Halliday able to get up and get to the bench. Marlies with an extra attacker. Back to the point. Winding, firing one into the chest of Calabrese. One save, kicks out the rebound. Penguins get to the puck. They'll loft it up over the head of one into the feet of the second player. That one potentially headed towards the empty cage. Shot by Pelly stopped out front. 20 seconds remaining as it's up to the red line. Cleared back down by the Penguins. Short-handed, so no icing. 13 left on the clock. As it ticks away, we thank all of you for joining us. 88 viewing right now. Make sure you hit the subscribe button below. As a shot from the Marlies is high and over the net. The Penguins are on to the semifinals with a 3-2 win over the Toronto Marlboro. Join us bright and early tomorrow morning, I believe 9:30. 9:30 tomorrow morning from Toronto for the semifinal game of the Friendship Tournament here. The Marlboro's home tournament